everyone, welcome Blood Bowl fans. Heretic U here with some more Blood Bowl action. This time, a little something different. We are going to be doing High Elves versus Chaos Dwarves. So I am not coaching either of these teams, and we're just going to see how it goes. Okay guys, starting off in turn 2, my apologies. I kind of just left my camera there to pick up most of the footage, so I'm not sure what I'm going to pick up. I'm not even sure if this is going to be in frame or in focus or whatever, but we're going to roll with it. So anyways, Chaos Dwarves have kicked off to the High Elves, and High Elves are going into their passing offense. A little short pass, pick up some quick SPP. Let's see if he makes it. He does. Usually when you have a game like this, two kind of dynamically opposed teams, different philosophies, it's going to be interesting to see who dominates in playing style. Are we going to see a lot of injured elves, or we're going to see a lot of touchdowns? So moving on to the Chaos Dwarves. Alright, so let's go with the Chaos Dwarves here. They're going to need to block their way through the line of scrimmage in order to get to that ball carrier, which is what he starts off doing. So nice 2-die block there. And then marking the ball carrier. And he's positioning guys on the line of scrimmage, marking more High Elves, wanting to get a numbers advantage early on. Declares a blitz on the ball carrier. Has to burn a reroll on a go for it, and gets the result he needs though. So he gets a knockdown, knocks the ball loose, and he is going to continue and punish the Elves on the line of scrimmage, try to get knockout injuries and establish his play style. So moving on to the Elves, they got a number of players knocked down. So they'll be spending their turn standing up and having to take more punishment on the Dwarf's turn. They declare a blitz on that Dwarf that's nearby the ball there, unable to bust armor. But now that ball is in the open, no tackle zones. They start off by freeing up a scoring option downfield. And it looks like, yep, he's going to declare a pickup and actually kind of dump back and go into a cage formation. So interesting play by the Elves here. He's going to have to make a number of dodges to free that blitzer and get that corner of the cage. Now he needs another to complete the cage. He needed a dodge and failed it. Okay, so let's see the defense by the Dwarves here. Backfield cage by the High Elves. Looks like they are going to engage the block war and mark that crap out of that cage. So they've got the corner there marked, and he declares a blitz on the scoring option. So Phil thinking ahead here and was able to knock down that scorer. Continuing to mark up the cage, and now we got a crazy dodge. Let's see how that
3, so he needs a 6.
Yeah, I'm feeling lucky.
Nice. Oh, you are lucky.
Alright, so he goes in. Let's try and pick up that ball.
Oh no, I have the ball.
Oh, you have the ball?
Holding it, yeah.
Who is?
This guy. The center of the cage. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Did that you can take your move back.
No.
Okay.
I'm not wasting that. That's
Okay. Wow.
That's entertaining.
Wow. Nice move.
Thank
Nicely
you. And
done.
I think I am done with
Okay.
Okay, so that cage is marked up. Dwarves basically baiting the High Elves into a block war. High Elves, though, think it passed because they quickly move a guy down into scoring position. So they just need to make a few key blocks here. And they could, go for a pass downfield and catch the Dwarves sort of out of position. Let's see what kind of play they come up with. Looks like he's going to declare a blitz to sort of free some space up for the ball carrier. Knocks the dwarf out of the way and starts to dodge. And then I think he's going for a pass.
A pass with this guy.
Okay.
Alright, so one. Ooh, that's a tackle. I don't have. That did not work very well, did it? Well, I'm gonna have to dodge anyway.
Okay.
I have to dodge out one. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put him there. Oh, this is so bad. Where's the template?
You had it.
Oh.
I don't pass, right?
Alright, so this is going to be a long pass.
Okay.
So -1.
So don't I get the chance to try and intercept with these two?
You do.
Okay.
You have it. You can pick which one to try to intercept with. It's going to be a 6 to intercept.
Hey, I'll go with the dwarf.
Mine as well.
Mine as well. Yours. 6. It's not done rolling.
Oh!
So close.
Alright,
I don't think I want to burn a reroll.
so I need a 4. Got it. Okay. And that guy needs a 2 to catch. Got it. Okay.
Alright.
And that's going to... the only guy I have not gone with is this guy. So I'm just going to end my turn.
So, interesting turn by the High Elves, caging up to sort of draw in the entire Dwarf defense. Dwarves respond by knocking down a Blitzer, busts his armor, and gets an injury roll. And that's going to be a stat loss, -1 movement on an Elf Blitzer. So that's going to hurt. And now Elves are down a guy. And here comes the Blitz with the Bull Centaur. Bull Centaur getting the power result. He had to burn a reroll, but totally worth it. And busts his armor and knocks him out. So incredibly good recovery by the Dwarves there. I thought they were going to be out of position, but you often forget how fast Bull Centaurs can be around the field as they continue to punish the Elves. So it looks like Dwarves establishing their game. But they did get both down on that last hit, and it's a double stun on both players. Okay, so what can the Elves do? They're down 2 guys, and they've got a Bull Centaur kind of squatting over the ball there. Pretty bad position, especially now that they're down their Blitzer. So, see what they do to recover. They start by marking the Bull Centaur, maybe trying to set up a blitz. We'll have to see. But no, they're High Elves. They're just going to go around the guy and pick it up while the ball's in the tackle zone, because why not? You got to make use of that edge. Now he's going to declare a couple of dodges as he tries to get into position there and fails. Okay, so we're back at the Chaos Dwarf's turn with that turnover. Kind of sloppy start for the High Elves. So Dwarves are free with the number advantage to sort of catch up and get into the play there. He starts by throwing a block with a Hobgoblin, pushing a guy out of the way, freeing up a Dwarf Blitz. So that Dwarf had to make a go for it, but nonetheless knocks down a High Elf. The Bull Centaur also knocks down the ball carrier, stuns him, and the ball lands exactly where it started. So, really good start defensively for the Chaos Dwarves. High Elves, gotta be honest, it's not looking good for them right now.
Okay. And I am done with 5 seconds to spare.
Alright, good.
Oh, stop. Wait.
Okay guys, apologize in advance. Looks like we have a small time gap here. We are in the middle of the Elf turn. And it looks like he managed to dodge out a potential scorer downfield, and now he's going to pick up the ball in a tackle zone. He had to burn a reroll, and that is his last reroll, and he's declaring a long pass. And pass is good, so he just needs to free that journeyman up to lock up some guys, but he fails the dodge. So the Chaos Dwarfs will have another shot at stopping this drive. Phil is going to begin by standing up his Bull Centaur and declaring a blitz. Unfortunately, he only got a push. So now he's got to free up the second Bull Centaur, which he does, and put that elf into multiple tackle zones. He needs a couple go for it. He fails his go for it, uses his sure feet, and then fails his second go for it. So pretty big turnover by the Chaos Dwarves, just trying to put that ball carrier in multiple tackle zones. I figure sure feet was a good bet on a two go for it move, but Nuffle just decided to put an end to it, and so High Elves are one dodge away from a turn 7 score, and they get it. So High Elves score in turn 7 off a broken play. I mean, Chaos Dwarfs played it well up until that last second. High Elves can, with that elf agility, they can pick up the ball and chuck it downfield and turn a bad play into a scoring play. That's just edge teams. Let's take a look at the setup from the kickoff. Looks like Phil is going to punish as many High Elves as possible. Kickoff result is going to be throw a rock. So they're rolling their roll off there, and it looks like it's going to be a Chaos Dwarf player, and he is going to be stunned for a turn. But moving on, the ball scatters as normal, and Chaos Dwarves just looking to continue the pain train. I personally would have probably tried to set up a 2-turn score, maybe make a play with your Bull Centaurs, but I'm not playing the game, so being down 1-0 at the end of the half is not that bad, but I'm always in favor of at least trying to make a go of a score if you have an opportunity of doing it. Much better being tied, but like I said, it's not me. So anyways, Chaos Dwarfs do commit a turnover off that drop pass. The Hobgoblin tried to pass to the Bull Centaur, and so we're moving on to the final turn for the High Elves of the first half. There's a ball on the ground. Looks like the High Elves again gonna take advantage of their agility, makes the dodge, makes the pickup roll, and then he will dodge out of that tackle zone just to prevent any chance of the Chaos Dwarfs getting some kind of weird score. And then a final blitz, which just ends up as a push. Alright, so final turn for the Chaos Dwarves. They've got plenty of elves to hit and take out their aggression for giving up that touchdown. You see a blitz here coming from the Bull Centaur, and he's using his block skill. Knocks a guy, stuns him actually, and a hit from a dwarf lineman is going to punch armor and injure a guy. That's going to be a badly hurt player. So High Elves are going to be down at least 2 players, possibly 3, and he's still got a couple more blocks to go. So even though Chaos Dwarves are down 1-0 at this point, they are hurting a bunch of elves, and it's going to get tough for the elves to score in the second half. And I've got to apologize again. Here we are in the second half. small time lapse. But anyways, elves kicked to the dwarves, and dwarves are punishing the high elves. As you see, many down elves, but he did recover his knocked out guy. And here we see a failed ball pickup, so we got a turnover. So high elves turn 1. They have to sort of weather this opening barrage by the dwarves, but the ball's on the ground, so it's not secure, and it's within reach of some elves. And I always have this saying: if there's a ball on the ground, an elf's gonna pick it up, because elves like catching balls. As you see, he blocked his way to an opening and just put a guy around the ball. He didn't actually pick it up, but yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure on the Chaos Dwarves right now. Chaos Dwarves do have a turn to respawn here, and there are plenty of elves right next to dwarves, so we're going to see a turn of blocking, which could be very devastating for the high elves. They're already down 2 players. Let's see. You're going to see blitz on the high elf thrower right there. He actually burned a reroll. He wasn't happy with the result. I think he rolled skull both down and had to settle for a push. And they're going to mark the guy, the high elf, that's putting pressure on the ball. And no armor breaks this time, so no stun players, no knockouts, no injuries. Elves sort of escape this turn without any damage. So moving back to the high elves, who escape the initial dwarf barrage of mini blocks. And the should be noted, the Chaos Dwarf team has not made a play for the ball. And that puts them in kind of a dangerous position here. With the ball on the ground, you can see the high elves flush to one side of the pitch and put even more pressure. And if there's if someone drops that ball or someone tries to pick it up, it could scatter and land in a favorable position, and that could be bad news. So here we go, dwarf turn. Chaos Dwarf turn. Gotta be feeling the pressure here. He's got elves kind of flushed to one side of the field, sensing blood in the water since that ball is on the ground. He did throw a 2-die block and injured an elf, so dwarves are definitely winning the block war. If they could just manage to make a decent play for the ball here, they could tie this thing up and make it a really interesting game here. We've got a blitz on the bull centaur and knocks down an elf. Unable to bust armor though, but you see the Chaos Dwarves just punishing elves for just even going near their ball this turn. So good job by the Chaos Dwarves establishing their dominance. As we see the final block, and he stuns a guy, so injury and a stun. So back to the elves. Really good turn by the Chaos Dwarves. They've got a good numbers advantage now. They just gotta secure the ball. However, the elves are gonna have a shot at it right here. They just need to come up with some key blocks, even pushes. You push guys away from the ball there, and you see a knockdown hobgoblin. Actually stunned him, so a rare good hit by the high elves. It looks like he is going to declare a blitz and push that dwarf out of the way and use the rest of his blitz move to pick up the ball. So successful pickup, and look at that, he is already in scoring position. So elves making the dwarves pay for not playing the ball. Chaos Dwarves turn 4. they are going to have to play their red zone D. Basically, Elves are threatening to score once again. So here we're going to see Phil declaring a blitz with the Bull Centaur, and he's got to use 2 go for it to actually get this one off. Makes them both. He's gonna burn a reroll on the dice and gets a POW. Able to knock the ball loose, but more importantly, he actually knocks out that ball carrier. So that's an elf off the field. Okay, so High Elves' turn. We're gonna start with a risky blitz here. He declares a blitz. It's gonna be a 1 die. Probably his best option since he's outnumbered. So he declares a blitz, gets a push. That's actually an illegal push, so he's going to be pushed back. But he cleared space on the ball. So he picks up the ball in traffic and is now making a series of dodges, which he makes all of that. Yeah, that's High Elf. That's elf ball for you. And he's trying to form a cage around the ball. And these elves are just not going to give up, as he needs to make a series of dodges here. But he actually fails it and falls down. So back to the Chaos Dwarves. They're going to have to come up with another defensive play. But an incomplete cage by the High Elves is going to leave that ball carrier exposed. And there's the blitz, and this time it's a triple die block. So yeah, knocks the guy down and knocks the ball loose. Elf has a chance to pick it up off the scatter, and he does. He actually picks up the ball off the scatter. So even though they were able to hit the ball carrier, that elf edge coming into play once again, and now they're just going to have to mark that player. So High Elves just a few dodges away from scoring their second TD of the game. So he does make his dodges and gets his and basically trying to get enough daylight between him and that Bull Centaur. So the Dwarf defense is going to be tested once again. Basically, he's going to need to knock down a couple of elves and free up that Bull Centaur, because that Bull Centaur is basically his best safety right now. Stop this potential score by the High Elves. So here comes the blitz. He's going to need 2 go for it here. So he makes the first one, makes the second one, 2 die block. Only gets a push, and he's out of rerolls. So not much else to do but to mark that thrower.
So that I cannot stall. So that's good. All right. So just stand up a couple guys. 1, 2. Get up. And he'll get into play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he'll get up. 3. Oh, wait, he was down. 5, 4, 3. And he's there. And so I'm going to go dodge here. Okay. And 3, 4, 5, 6. And number 59, Voltron scores. Alright. So then I kick off to you.
Yep.
Stop my timer. Alright, I'll roll for my catcher. Needs a 3. He does not want to be on the field. The journeyman, come on, journeyman. Okay, yes. He's still trying out for this one.
Alright.
Not a lot of elves left on the field here. So
we're going to wrap up the video here. High Elves take it with a 2-0 lead over the Chaos Dwarves. And yeah, reason being my battery ran out there, and but you know, you guys really didn't miss much. There was no other injuries, and yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.